Being a budget-friendly PC gaming handheld, Steam Deck definitely shines the most as it adds more value compared to its price tag. On the other hand, there are plenty of modern gaming handhelds with exceptionally great specifications compared to the Steam Deck, and the One X Player Mini is one of them, which comes with really beefy internal hardware. So which one would you like to choose? Find out in today's comparison video between the Steam Deck and One X Player Mini. Now, before we compare both these amazing handhelds, it's necessary to look at the design first. Let's start with the One X Player Mini. It's comparatively smaller than the Steam Deck, and if you're familiar with the original One X Player, then this design is nothing new to you, because One X Player Mini is almost identical to the original One X Player except for the S-shaped palm resting at the back, which definitely ensures your comfort no matter how long you're playing games for. Other than that, both analog sticks, D-pads, and triggers are in perfect position as they should be. Steam Deck, on the other hand, is way bulkier than the One X Player Mini. Despite its bigger shape, this handheld is really comfortable to hold. Additionally, you'll also find the 4 extra remap buttons at the back, which the One X Player Mini doesn't have. On top of that, both analog sticks, D-pad, and triggers are positioned naturally, which are easy to reach out with fingers. Another interesting feature that is worth pointing out is the trackpads on both sides. These trackpads are really useful for additional movements in certain games such as RTS and MOBA type games. So design-wise, it's expected from both sides to be different as they both share their own aesthetic and branding. But when it comes to user-friendly experience, it seems that Steam Deck has the upper hand, all thanks to the additional trackpad and remap buttons at the back. Regardless of these additional features, both One X Player Mini and Steam Deck are indeed some of the great-looking handheld consoles out there. Now that we have plenty of ideas about the design, let's take a deep dive into the inner specs of both these handhelds. Now, just by looking at the internal specs of the One X Player Mini, you can tell that it's capable of running most modern AAA titles without any issue. Why? Because it's got 12th Gen Intel Core i7 processor with 12 cores and 16 threads, which we rarely see on gaming handheld devices. On top of that, it has 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM with a maximum boost frequency of up to 5200 MHz and up to 2 TB of SSD to support high storage demanding games. As for the graphics, it's using the integrated Intel Iris Xe and is powered by a 12,450 mAh battery, which can last for up to 5 hours depending on the game. So, if you're buying this console to experience modern AAA games in the palm of your hand, then it will not disappoint you. In comparison, Steam Deck is equipped with Zen 2 Ryzen APU with 4-core and 8-thread, which has maximum boosted frequencies of up to 3.5 GHz. Unlike the One X Player Mini, the Steam Deck uses the RDNA 2 graphics chipset at 1.6 GHz maximum clock speed, which is also powerful enough to handle most modern PC games. Now, the Steam Deck might have a bit lower processor compared to One X Player Mini, but thanks to the additional RDNA 2 chipset support, the graphical performance on the Steam Deck is truly exceptional. And just like the One X Player Mini, Steam Deck is also equipped with 16 GB LPDDR5 RAM, and the maximum storage capacity here is only 512 GB SSD. But you can always add an additional microSD card extending up to 1 TB at max. And the 5313 mAh battery life can deliver a maximum of 2 to 8 hours, depending on what type of games you're playing. As we compare the internal specs of both these consoles, we see that One X Player Mini has the upper hand in terms of internal hardware as it comes with a powerful processor and PCIe 4.0 support. However, even though Steam Deck's processor is less powerful, the RDNA 2 chipset really does show magical performance on this handheld. Moving on to the display, we don't see much difference between these two consoles as they both come with a 7-inch touchscreen display and 1280 by 800 resolution. But they do have a small difference, which is the pixel density. While the One X Player Mini comes with 216 pixels per inch, in this case, Steam Deck has 215 pixels per inch, which is barely noticeable. In short, if you're familiar with modern handheld consoles, then you'll definitely like the display of both these devices. because they both fit in flawlessly for a modern handheld console. Now, as we jump to a conclusion, it seems that the price tag also plays a huge role when it comes to affordability options for buyers. The starting price for the One X Player Mini with 16GB RAM and 1TB of SSD cost $1,459 and the 2TB version cost $1,649. Meanwhile, the starting price for the Steam Deck with 64GB eMMC storage cost only $399 and the maxed out version with 512GB SSD costs $649. So yes, when it comes to affordability, Steam Deck definitely wins the race here, as it's completely unbeatable in terms of price tag and performance. But considering everything else, One X Player Mini is packed with pretty beefy internal hardware. On the bright side, their prices do make sense. If affordability is your main concern, then the Steam Deck is definitely the better choice. But if you're more into portable handheld devices, then the One X Player seems like the right choice for you. So, that was all about our today's comparison video between the One X Player Mini versus Steam Deck. Thanks for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos like this on your feed.